First of all, I am grateful to the Muslim Institute and the Uzbek Embassy for hosting this enlightening event and giving me the opportunity to participate. First, to create a greater awareness about the civilizational linkages between our two brotherly countries and thus bring the people of our brotherly countries even further close. And more important, as I was listening to the speakers, this is critical under the onslaught of the Hindutva cultural bigotry, which is a form of cultural terrorism targeting Islamic heritage of South and Central Asia. Second, I think this is important because it will deepen the already close fraternal ties between the people of Pakistan and the people of Uzbekistan. Pakistan and Uzbekistan are linked by deep-rooted historical, civilizational, religious traditions, cultural, and literary heritage. The land of the Imam Bukhari and Amir Taimur have closer identity, not merely geographic, because it's astonishing when you now fly from Islamabad to Tashkent, you realize how close we are. But also, it has a closer identity to the land of Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, Indus, the Tata Sahab, Hazrat Ali Ajmeri, Lal Shahbaz Qalandar, and Rahman Baba. These bonds, and I cannot but recollect my last visit to Uzbekistan, and I had several Uzbek brothers and sisters who were escorting me and my family, and General Jafri was with us. You said you are from Tirmiz. He was with me, and beside the military escort officers, there was a scholar from Tashkent University also who was going along with us. And please note, I asked him, "What is your name?" And he said, "My name is Shah Jahan." That was a very pleasant surprise for me. And thereafter, I used to address him, and he spoke very fluent Urdu. So it was very easy for me and my wife to address him Shah Jahan Sahab. It really made us feel at home to address Shah Jahan Sahab continuously as we went through Tashkent, Samarkand, Bukhara, and other places. And he presented us a book, was it called a dictionary of common words between Urdu and Uzbek languages. And I was shocked as I turned those pages right there. How many common words there? And I asked him, I said, "Have you left out any word?" That means every word of Uzbek is common with Urdu. So, but we need to now scientifically see how we can educate both sides, particularly our younger generations, so that they can very easily switch on to Uzbeki whenever they want. And similarly, our brothers and sisters in Uzbekistan can very conveniently listen into Urdu and understand what it is. That was an amazing experience for me. Now, as a number of the various aspects of this very close relationships and linkages between Uzbekistan and Pakistan have already been highlighted this morning. So one wouldn't like to go through that, but I want to tell you, I want to draw your attention to one or two aspects. First of all, I'm glad that these historic ties are now being rejuvenated. There's a strong realization of this in Pakistan and in Uzbekistan, and let me say very frankly, more in Uzbekistan than in Pakistan. We need to catch up with the spirit with which Uzbekistan is chasing this. This rejuvenation of these cultural, civilizational, historic ties is crucial. Is crucial, and through these strategic, uh, we can take advantage of these linkages to develop uh, physical linkages. And I'm so glad this is something on which we have been working with the Ambassador Ali Shayer's predecessors. I remember because the two times that I traveled in the recent past, previously when we would travel, we would in service travel on special aircraft, so it was easier. When I, after my retirement, once I had to go through Dubai to Tashkent, and it took me more than 12 hours. Second time I traveled through Lahore, and it still meant I had to go and spend the night in Lahore because the flight was early in the morning. So I said, why don't we have a flight from Islamabad to Tashkent? And I'm so glad now we have a flight from Islamabad to Tashkent. And when you get on the flight, you realize that it is a shortest travel time than it is from Islamabad to Karachi. So that is the closeness, that is the close geographic closeness of Uzbekistan to Pakistan. I'm saying this because I really want to encourage as much traveling on both sides as is possible. I'm also glad, and this is something very close to my heart again, this is something which we have been working very closely with Ambassador Ali Shayer's predecessors also, and that was the first thing that I highlighted to him was the railway linkage, because that will make it, more substantive. The linkage will become more substantive in terms of the numbers that can travel, in terms of the trade, that commerce that can go both ways. And we also hope, let me say it very frankly, that that can also bring in Afghanistan closer into our fraternity. They have their own challenges, but after all, it's a neighbor, and it's a brotherly neighboring country. And we hope that as they overcome their challenges, they can also get into this fraternity that is developing between Uzbekistan and Pakistan, and the railway network will be as advantageous to them as it would be to our two brotherly countries. As we talk of opportunities, there are also challenges, and because of the increasingly complex geopolitics internationally and in the region, there are serious challenges uh, that confront Pakistan, that confront Uzbekistan, as it does confront other countries in this region. And incidentally, the intensity of these challenges, geopolitical challenges, is increasing. It's not slowing down. So now, as one looks at that, uh, and by the way, these challenges are geopolitical, but these are also challenges confronting our faith as Muslims. The sort of interpretations of our faith that are used to create violence, to hit back at us. Uh, those challenges have to be primarily addressed by Muslims. We have to evolve the responses which can address these challenges to the interpretation of our faith and the true spirit of our faith. Now, this is an aspect in which our shared civilizational linkages, culture, history, and faith can be the very anchor of our response to these challenges. It must be anchored on this history, on this civilizational linkage. As I was listening to the history of Sufism, so I could not but reflect that the healing touch of Sufism would be required to handle the challenges to our faith as Muslims. I just wanted to once again thank you, Excellency, Brother Alisher. Thank you, Muslim Institute. I'm so grateful. We are obliged to you that you could hold such a substantive And such a successful event, the success of the event, of an event like this is primarily when you see the attendance, uh, which is very substantial. Then you see that the attendance is also very youthful, barring some of us. And they're very yeah, one can see a shine in their eyes, which means that they appreciate what is being said and what is being discussed. So that is a reflection of the success of this event. I would like to felicitate you on that, and we hope there can be many such events to bring together Pakistan and Uzbekistan, as well as our other. I see His Excellency Ambassador of Azerbaijan. We hope we can knit together this fraternity of the neighboring Muslim countries, and also strengthen the civilizational linkages that bind us all together. Thank you very much.